Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to an exciting day in Big Chris's kitchen. So today we're going to start with a fruit salad. And as you can see, this is a pineapple. The top was taken off. And here, I'm just going to slice off the bottom as little as possible to preserve as much fruit as possible. Then here, we want to start slicing off the skin. Just very minimal. You don't want to take off too much meat or flesh of the fruit or vegetable or meat, depending on what it is you're trying to carve or peel. So as you can see, I'm going in nice circular motions, cutting off all of the rough green edges. We definitely do not want that going into the salad of the fruit that we're about to put together. So once you get out, you have to be very careful with the knife. If you're not trained or skilled with the knife, I suggest that you use a protective Iron Maiden type knife. It will not cut your skin. It goes right off. That is very good for protecting yourself from chopping off your fingers. So I want to discard all of this peel from the pineapple. And as you can see here, what I'm going to do, you have a core right here, and you can see the core. You want to cut around the edges of the core in big chunks like this right here. And you'll know the core because it's hard inside. And you don't want to throw this away. You can take this core right here. You can eat on it if you want to, but I like to sit it in water overnight and let it bring out all of those electrolytes and vitamins that you get from the fruit. So here, I'm gonna cut the pineapple like so in half. You know, because you want to make chunk size bites that you can put onto your spoon or your fork. And I put this glove on for precautionary measures for those who are watching and may not be sharp with cutting, and the pun is intended. So just want to cut them up to bite-sized chunks, however you like. I like mine to be like so. And that's good. And you can cut them up however large you like. Sometimes I like to cut them and put them on the plate like this as decorative garnishes. So, trying to get a good angle so you can see. You have to be very careful because when cutting things, watch your fingers at all times. The knife can always slip. And we don't want an accident where you're missing a pinky finger. Or a hand for that matter. So chop it up like this. Watch your hands at all times. Don't be like me if you are not experienced. It may appear as if I was being reckless, but I am well trained and experienced, and I just wanted to do that as a demonstration of some skills that I learned. But until you build your skills, I suggest that you just be precautionary. So next, we have here the papaya. That's a nice size papaya, nice orange color. Just want to, again, slice off bare minimum, cause a good flesh in there. And you don't want to throw away food and waste money and product. That's good. So we're gonna sit it up like this, and the purpose for cutting off the edges so you can sit it up and have some stability and not worrying about it, you know, cutting you. And you want to be, you can use a peeler with this if you like, but I like to use the knife because it's quicker. I'm well trained and practiced at it. And once you get the experience in slicing without cutting deep into the flesh of the fruit, then you'll see that this is an ergonomical way to operate. That cut a little bit too much off there, but that's no problem. Get that off there. Cut it right there. This one is starting to ripen. So when you're picking out your papaya, I would suggest that you try to get one that is not too orange, more of the yellowish, so that if you're not gonna cut it right away, it can sit up and ripen. And you know, you go around the papaya, make sure there's no skin still attached to the sides. Just go around, slice that little bit off. Be very careful, again, not to cut yourself, because it's easy to nick yourself, and you don't want to nick yourself and then later on taking a shower or you're touching something that's acidic and then you realize you have a cut and it's irritating to you. So I usually chop mine in half like that, and inside you see black seeds like that. So I like to take a spoon like so. All the papaya is going to be very slippery, so be careful. And I like to just scoop out those black seeds. Just scoop them out, and all of the loose flesh that comes with it, you can discard that too, you know. If you like, you can eat the seeds. I know some people who would say eat the seeds. I do not personally eat them. What they will do, they will run through you and cleanse you real good. So, you know, if you don't want to detox it, then when you clear it out, that's what it should look like. The inside should be hollow, free of seeds. I'm gonna set that one to the side. Gonna take this one and do the same with it. Scrape out all of the seeds. And you can use whatever fruit you want. I just personally prefer the papaya. It's one of my favorites. I do it with pineapples, throw strawberries in it. I put raspberries, blueberries, blackberries inside. And you can just do what you want to do. Today I'm just gonna do regular, probably just, let me see what I have in the refrigerator. So, I do have some blueberries and some blackberries, so I will put some of those in there and some strawberries. Color and for presentation. So I turn it over and I flip it, the papaya, and I start cutting like so. And you see I have here, slice there, And so you could either turn it on the side like this. Be careful, it's slippery. You don't want it to fall on the floor. And there you go, slipping again. And cut it like this until you get some. You have to be careful because it's very slippery, as I mentioned. And you're gonna get some, see if you can see that, chunks like that. So my face will be out of the camera for now, but you've seen my handsome face enough. We're gonna focus on cutting fruit right now and not worry about the handsome aesthetics of my face. And there go your cuts, bite-sized chunks, the same size that you would like your pineapples, so that you can, you know, get a nice proportion of fruits onto your fork, your spoon, or, you know, however you want to eat that. Okay, so this is looking good, just smelling good. Take those out like that. With all fruits, make sure you wash your fruits off. However, these were encased in their own skins, so there's no need to wash off the inside flesh. When I say wash off the fruits in cases of apples, oranges, lemons, limes. If you're going to eat the skins of those fruits, then of course you want to wash them. Otherwise, you can just peel them and digest them as without the skins. But some people like eating the skins, myself included. I sometimes boil the skins and make tea with it. So again, you want to make bite-sized chunks that are adequate for your liking. And this is typically the size. That's good. So ripe, sweet, beautiful. Same thing, cut it like this. Watch your fingers at all times. And see how I'm cutting this like this without laying it down. You have to be very careful because the fruit is slippery. And I wouldn't suggest this, but because I'm well experienced, I'm going to do it for the purposes of finishing up. So, one more round. Got some big chunks here. And that's and with my papaya, I like huge chunks like that because they're so good. See that huge chunk? Slippery. Just dump that into the fruit bowl. Okay. My blueberries and blackberries have already been pre-washed. So I'm just gonna clear out one of those bad ones that was in there. Dump those into there. These blueberries out, dump those into there. I have some strawberries in the fridge. And I'm gonna give these a quick wash. They're getting a little made a mistake and dumped some water into the fruit bowl, not too much. But you don't want to spoil the flavors of the fruit and its natural juices with water. So I have my strawberries there. I'm just gonna get those a quick wash. And this is something that I eat every morning and come in and snack on at night. You know, if you're trying to lose weight and go to a vegan diet, that's a good way to help balance your food intake throughout the day, because it's very healthy for you. You know, you're getting a lot of vitamins, minerals, and the necessary nutritional values that you need from the fruits and vegetables. So I'm going to take off the tops of these strawberries like this, get the little green tops off real quick. And because I'm pressed for time, need to go to work, have other things that I want to take care of, get out, talk to the brothers in the community, you know, and engage myself in the civic activities that I do by going around, reaching out to the brothers and sisters in the community, and making healthy lifestyle choices like eating healthy fruits, vegetables. That's also a part of good mental health and outreach. You know, when you want to change, you have to take on a radical approach to change. You know, when I got on this journey of change, I knew that I needed to change the way I eat, the way I think, sleep, walk, talk, and the way I carry myself on a spiritual, moral, mental, psychological, and emotional level. And it all starts with what you put into your body. As a man thinketh, so a man is. As a man eateth, so is a man. You are what you eat. All of those quotes carry a lot of significance. So, on this spiritual path and journey that you know, I've been on all my life, because it's been a life learning process, and that's the way I look at it. Some people tend to say, oh, you're just waking up, but for a lot of us, we've been woke. And yourself too. That's not to take anything away from yourself. A lot of us are awake and conscious of things happening around us. It's a matter of how do you put it together and start, you know, connecting the dots and making conclusions. And once you make those conclusions and analysis, how do you start implementing those things into your life for a positive change? So when I realized I wanted to change my life, stay out of the penitentiary, stay off the drugs, stop the womanizing and the criminal addictive thinking, I knew that I had to change things, and a lot of that change started with the way I eat. So we're gonna cut off like that little end right there, just by slicing it like this. You know, you don't want to take off too much. Again, you want to minimize the amount of fruit that you are taking off, because you don't want to waste food, and you definitely do not want to waste money in the times that we're living in. So be mindful of the wastage. And it's going to be a beautiful salad here in a second. A couple more minutes and the presentation will be ready. And you know, you can add whatever you like to your fruit. You do not necessarily have to use pineapples. You can use different types of melons. You know, again, this is just my preference at this particular time, you know, and season. You know, as the season change, and the available vegetables and fruits that are available in the stores and the markets is how I prepare my meals and my salads. So I like to stand the strawberries up like this right here. As you can see, I'm standing them up in threes because I'm going to show you how I slice them to be time consuming or time conscious. So I like to just bam, just slice them like that. I put them together in threes and I get a little slice like that, and I just throw them in the bowl like that. And you can cut them up any way you like. There's no rule to it. This is just the way that I like it. And once you start practicing and realizing that cooking is all about the taste that you want to have and experience, and what you would like others to experience and taste, and your preparations. And so my strawberries are all sliced the way I like them. I have my fruit bowl right there. I just, bam, put them in there like this. And look at that. Now I'm going to give this a nice stir with this big spoon. Bring those pineapples from the bottom to the top, and mix this salad up so that you can get a little taste of everything. Strawberries, the blueberries, blackberries, and the papaya. Give it a nice little mix. Now, I have something else in the refrigerator that I may add to this salad, just to give it some more taste and flavors. So, I have one kiwi and one peach left. And so, instead of letting those two sit alone in the refrigerator, I'm going to infuse those into my salad too. And the way I'm going to infuse those I'm going to take this kiwi, again, cut off the little ends. And the reason I cut off the ends is because I want to carve nicely around it and not worry about cutting my fingers in the process of it slipping out of my hands. Okay, got a nice little carve going on right there. And look at that. It's beautiful. Bare minimum skin. Go in there. I don't like to waste anything. Get that up out of there. Because I've been hungry before. I've been homeless. In my experience of being in the military, going around the world, I've seen hunger and people who have gone without. So I'm going to slice my kiwi like this. You can slice it any way you want. However, I only have one kiwi. So I want to make this spread throughout the fruit salad as much as I can without. So I'm going to take that little bit there, put it into the fruit salad. I chop these up into real small sizes, dice size. With my peach, it cut right through the hole. So I will take a to get the hard nut out in the middle. I was gonna go around with a spoon, but it's peeling off. This one is peeling off rather easily. So let's see. Gotta work with it. Just give it a little cut. Get that out of there. Yeah. Come right off. Nice. Let's see. I'm just gonna slice these like this. And again, dice it up because I only have one. So these little diced slices of peaches are gonna be like a bonus taste within the pineapple, papaya, strawberries. It'll make you go, what is that? You know, when you bite into it. So we want to just make them real small, if you can see. And if you take a look at that, real nice size, small size bites. It's gonna fit right up in there and give it a whole different flavor. Now on the other one, we have to get this nut up out of there best way we can. So I just work around it. Use the spoon. They can be a little stubborn coming up out of here, the nut. There you go. Got it up out of here. So, it's going to give it a bitter taste because there's a little bitterness on there to go with that sweetness of the papaya and the pineapple. So, all chopped up, ready to go. Put that in there. Now, I'm going to tell you a secret. If you want to bring the sweetness out in this, little trick. Bam, I'm going to put a little honey on it. Just a little bit. I do not always do this, but because of the tartness and bitterness of the peach that I squeezed, I'm going to put just a little honey. Just a little bit. You don't want to overpower it with honey. Last thing you want to do is change the complexion of it. And just give it a quick mix. And the juices from the fruit is going to integrate with that honey, and it's going to bring out a sweetness as it sits. And you don't want it to be overpowering with the honey and portray the other natural flavors and fruits within it. But since honey is a natural sweet ingredient, no preservatives in it, I decided to just add a little bit in it to take away from the tartness. And this is how your fruit salad will look. Now, if you want to, you can garnish it with some cilantro, and bring out some more flavors with it. And you can squeeze a lime over it to bring out some more flavors. And let's get at a taste. Try to get everything in there on that spoon. See where it stands. And pow. Fire. And there you have it. I hope you learned something today. Thanks for coming to the kitchen with me. And I am Big Chris, the chef. Assalamu alaikum. Ashadu an la ilaha illallahu. Wa ashadu anna Muhammadu abduhu wa rasuluhu. Fruit salad.